Oh, hello there. I'm ABBA'S Child, or some of you might know me as Gino. We are getting ready to celebrate Hanukkah. As you were seeing, I was just putting the final touches on our little decorations here in our home. And many of you might think that Hanukkah is Jewish. And I thought the same thing too for many years. But perish the thought. Because in the Bible, in John 10:22 through verse 23, Jesus, Yeshua, actually went to the temple in Jerusalem to celebrate the feast of dedication, Hanukkah, in the dead of winter. Isn't that something? He didn't go and celebrate it himself, like we're told that in the winter there's this thing called Christmas and Jesus is the reason for the season. And that's very interesting because historians will tell you that Christmas was being held way before Jesus ever was born. So there's something for you. He went to go celebrate the Feast of Lights, the Feast of Dedication. Do you know where the origins come from? Some of you might have heard of the Maccabees, who destroyed the armies that overthrew the temple and took out all the things that Yahweh, the God, our Father of Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac, they took all of the furniture out and placed paganism in there. And the Maccabees overthrew that army and rededicated the temple and cleansed it unto the house of the Lord. Between Malachi and Matthew, there is 400 years of no biblical record, known as the dark or silent years. During this time, the Greek Empire ruled over the known world, and they influenced in the culture and even in the church. This is what's called Hellenization. They abolished the Torah. And not only that, they set up the abomination of desolation in the temple. This is what the vision that Daniel got, and he has prophesied about it. And this was his prophecy coming to pass. The Greeks set up a god named Zeus in the temple to replace the God of the living. Here's a fun fact. The Olympic Games are held in the honor of Zeus. Bet you didn't know that. And they throw a party, and they were throwing it during that time, a birthday party to Zeus on December 25th, during the winter solstice, where not only Zeus, but many gods are born on December 25th. The number one thing that they did that is known today, and this tradition has been shared all across the known world during Christmas on December 25th, is they killed a pig on the altar, an unclean pig, that is. Something that Yahweh said never to do. Never. This is an abomination. And they placed it in the temple of all places. And what's the one thing that we place during Christmas? A ham on our table or our temple time. But there was just a little family named the Maccabees who couldn't handle to see Yahweh's beautiful, beautiful temple to be destroyed, to do away with Yahweh's furniture, the menorah, and to replace it with a god named Zeus. So what did they do? They said, we got to reclaim this temple and we got to dedicate it back to Yahweh. So they rose up against the Greeks, and there was this David and Goliath story. And they had this drive to fight against this paganism, against this evil. And once they defeated their army, they cleansed this temple, this beautiful temple, and rededicated to Yahweh. Now, what does that have to do with today? You know, there's no systems out there, government systems that are overthrowing the churches or what have you, the culture. And what's the new Antichrist? There's no Zeus that's out there anymore. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we may not have a temple made by human hands, but we have a temple that is being made and being built into the likeness of Yahweh, into His character. We are becoming the temple that He's building right now as true Bible believers. And the Antichrist system, if you will, or spirit, is none other than the Catholic Church. Have you ever heard of sunrise service? Well, that's where it comes from. Have you ever heard of worshiping unto a sun god named Jesus? Well, it comes from the Catholic Church. Have you ever heard of replacing God by being God? Or in other words, being the Pope? This comes again from the Catholic Church, and every single denomination of Christianity, don't matter if you're Presbyterian, Lutheran, or charismatic, or even Pentecostal, y'all come from the lineage of Roman Catholic Church. We also celebrate all their feasts, their holidays. We start off with Halloween, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday, and then we come all the way to Easter. You thought Easter was for Jesus? It's in disguise as Jesus. This is all paganism, and everything that is paganism, at the end of the day, is all rebellion unto Yahweh. Yahweh never said celebrate any of these feasts. Never reclaim these feasts because they were never His to begin with. He had His own feast. So, if you don't want to celebrate a god named Zeus or kill a pig on the altar, the table, if you don't want all that magic and all that spells and spirits during this time, and you just want the hot cocoa, if you just want the gift giving, the decorations, and the quality time of friends and family, well, folks, I have an alternative for you. It's called the Feast of Dedication, the Feast of Lights, or what is known as Hanukkah. Decorate your houses with blue and silver and replace it from that green and red. Take out your Christmas tree and replace it with a menorah. And why did I say decorate with blue? Because blue represents the law of God. So drink your hot cocoa. Decorate your houses during this season. Decorate and celebrate with gift giving unto friends and families. And have fun. You see, we can have fun without the paganism, without the rebellion. And instead of one day to give gifts and to celebrate, we get 8 days of this beautiful and Holy Spirit-led celebration. This is known as the Festival of Lights because the menorah is the light. There was a time when the church age was so dark. There was only one light, and that was Yeshua that came, and He restored that light. And many others came like Paul, John, James, and then even others like the Apostle Paul, or others like Moses or Elijah or Isaiah, Jeremiah, the most darkest times in the church. And we are living in the most darkest times on the earth. And we're also in the dark season of the year. So, here's an encouragement to rededicate yourself unto the Lord, unto Yahweh. unto His work, His plan for your life. And when you do, when you start keeping the things that He says to keep, your life will be blessed exponentially and abundantly, more than you could ever ask for. And that is why I was getting ready to celebrate the Feast of Dedication, the Feast of Lights, or as many would call Hanukkah. If you want to learn more about Hanukkah, or if you want some pro tips on how to celebrate it, click the link below and you will be escorted to a website that's called hiscomingkingdom.com, and it has many materials, many ideas for you, and many great things and more facts about Hanukkah. I love y'all, and Yahweh bless you. Happy Hanukkah.